What is going on there, YouTube? And welcome back to another comic book video. This is the channel where we sit down and cover different comic book stories from Marvel, DC, and even IDW as well. Today, we are doing a full story, which means that over time, we have covered so many stories on this channel, except sometimes you have a bunch of stories tell one overarching story about a character or even an event. Today, we are doing the full story that covers over the Ultimate Galactus Trilogy, where in the Ultimate Marvel Universe, they gave us 3 different stories to give us the introduction of Ultimate Galactus. The stories were Ultimate Nightmare, Ultimate Secret, and Ultimate Extension. And so this video could be a tad bit long because I was covering most of the books at a time without a script. And I was just rambling on. But then at the end, I had a script. So this could be a tad bit rough, but you do get the full story of Ultimate Galactus. And so I do hope you enjoy today's video. Now guys, to begin our story, we do pick up in the year 1904. But the thing is though guys, we do pick up in the middle of Russia. And guys, in the middle of Russia, out of nowhere, a giant meteor crashes down and destroys everything in its landing. And so it's kind of like, what just hit the Earth? Now, the thing is though guys, we do not get to learn right off the bat what crashed down on the Earth. Because now guys, we do jump over to the year 1927. And we do pick up with 2 Russian men. Now the thing is though guys, this is the first time any human has been at this landing site since the meteor crash back in 1904. And so guys, it has been 23 years since the meteor crash and no one has come close to the landing site. The thing is though guys, when these 2 men go into the hole the meteor has created, they do find something astonishing. The question is though, once again, what did they find? Now, we do jump over to the present day, which back at this point was 2004. And we do pick up with a young lady and her mother just watching TV. The thing is though, out of nowhere, something controls the TV and starts to show 10 different images. But the thing is though guys, these 10 images are basically showing some alien race looking up in the sky. And when they look up in the sky, all they see is destruction coming their way. And out of nowhere, they get completely wiped out. It's just 10 images showing them dying over and over again. Now, here's the thing though, guys. While these 10 images are being shown over and over again, showing the death of this random alien race, you do have somebody speaking from this TV stream and saying that when it comes, it's over. You are already dead. When it comes, you will all die. There is no way to stop it. And so that right there is scaring the little girl and her mother. But the thing is though, guys, this is not just showing on her TV screen. This is being shown across the world. And so now you have the whole world in panic because now they're seeing this video of 10 images being shown over and over again of an alien race being destroyed. And with that being shown, you have people committing suicides left and right because they're scared of what could possibly come down the road. Now, with everybody basically committing suicide, we do jump over to the X Mansion. And with us picking up at the X Mansion, with everybody committing suicide, that automatically wakes up Charles Xavier and Jean Grey. And they're kind of like, what in the world is going on? Why are people freaking out? What was that video being shown what is that video being shown on TV? What in the world is going on? And with all of that happening, you have Charles Xavier say, I have no idea. But for some reason, I feel like this could be a mutant calling out for help. And so you have Charles Xavier use Cerebro to basically figure out what in the world is going on. And when he's able to figure out the location of possibly where that TV stream came from, he's kind of like, it's coming from Russia. and it could be a mutant calling out for help. Jean Grey, you are going on a rescue mission. Wake up Colossus and wake up Logan, because you three are going on a mission. Now, we do jump over to the Triskelion. And the thing is though, guys, we do pick up with Nick Fury. Now, the thing is though, guys, you have Nick Fury basically watching the same thing that was shown on everybody's TV, the 10 images of this alien race being wiped out. And so you have Nick Fury kind of like, listen, I have no idea what in the world is going on, but my team was able to figure out that this source is coming from Russia. And so now it's time for us to basically go to Russia and figure this out. But I kind of want to have a Black Ops team. And so Captain America, Black Widow, you guys are going to be 2 members of this Black Ops team. Now, the thing is though, guys, you do have Nick Fury say, but you will have a 3rd member on this team, including me also. The 3rd person is going to be Sam Wilson. And so, guys, we do jump over to a random location. Matter of fact, guys, they do not tell us where he was. But anyway, still, guys, we do jump over to this random location. And the thing is, though, guys, this is the first appearance of Sam Wilson, aka Ultimate Falcon. And you have Nick Fury calling him up saying, what do you want? And you have Nick Fury telling him, listen, I need you for this mission. I need you to join the Ultimate Black Ops team. I need your help right now. And so you have Falcon put on his wings and he flies up to the helicarrier to get ready to join the Ultimates. Now, guys, when it comes to Ultimate Nightmare Chapter 2, with this book right here though, guys, we do kind of pick up with basically the teams getting ready to go on this adventure. Now, with the X-Men though, you do have Jean Grey and Wolverine kind of ask Colossus questions on this area of Russia. Now, this is Colossus kind of giving them a crash course on the whole meteor crashing back in the year 1904. Now, guys, we already know what happened in the year 1904. Meteor crash landed, and then it took 23 years for 2 men to basically go to the location and figure out what crashed there. But the thing is though, guys, you do have Colossus tell Jean Grey and Wolverine and us new information. The reason why nobody went over to the area of Russia is because when that meteor crashed, it basically released a ton of radiation. And so only 2 men were able to get close to it. But that was really it. Beyond that, no one else ever went to that site. Now, we do jump over to the Ultimates and Sam Wilson. Now, guys, this is again Sam Wilson's first appearance. But the thing is though, guys, I want to point out one thing real quick. Sam Wilson is completely different than his main Marvel counterpart. And what I mean is that, guys, in the main Marvel timeline, Falcon's more of just a hero and that's really it. Like, he's a soldier, he's a hero, and that's it. But in the Ultimate Marvel universe though, Sam Wilson is more of a scientist, a soldier, and a hero. And the thing is though, guys, the reason why I say that's because you do have Steve Rogers ask Sam Wilson, why in the world were you in the jungle for? Like, why did you leave the army and go out here in the jungle? And you have Sam Wilson tell Steve Rogers, listen, I came here because I've been working on a chemical that could possibly bring the dead back to life. And he says, listen, I'm not trying to use basic science. I'm trying to go out there and use different kinds of herbs, because we have no idea what every single herb can do. If I can go out there and find different kinds of berries and everything to mix together to make some kind of chemical that can bring the dead back to life, believe me, I'll be out here for days to work on that. Now, you also have Sam Wilson kind of give Nick Fury some new ideas. And what I mean is that, guys, you have Sam Wilson say, listen, Nick, knowing you think that Putin is behind this because, of course, the signal you trace came from Russia. But the thing is, though, guys, you have Sam Wilson say it's not Putin. Remember, the Russian government is so corrupted to most people that even the higher ups do not know about certain things, because there's so many different organizations in Russia. And so this could be one of those organizations that not even Putin knows about. And so it's kind of like, dang, that's kind of cool that Sam Wilson is kind of telling Nick Fury, hey man, listen, all your ideas could be, or really is, possibly wrong. Now, the thing is though, guys, this is where you have the teams kind of suit up and say, okay, let's go to Russia and let's figure this out. Now, the thing is though, guys, both teams kind of get there at the same time. The thing is though, guys, the Ultimates are on one side, the X-Men are on a different side of the building. And so both teams have no idea that the other team is there, because this building is 2 miles long and it also goes underground. And so with that right there, of course, the Ultimates have no idea on the other side the X-Men are there. And the same thing for the X-Men. They have no idea the Ultimates are there, because they're on 2 different sides. But guys, this is basically the 2 teams getting ready to go inside to possibly figure out what in the world is going on here. Now guys, we do jump over to the next chapter. Now guys, the first few pages of the next chapter is basically just the 2 teams kind of going inside the place, kind of looking around, trying to find some kind of clues to figure out what in the world is going on here, what took place here, and how in the world is this connected to those weird alien videos that were playing earlier on everybody's TV screen. Now the thing is though, guys, you do have Black Widow kind of realize something, because she was able to find some clues that basically tells her that this place has been abandoned since 1994. And so now the big question is though, what happened? Why in the world did a scientist leave back in 94? And the thing is though, what's been happening in here in the past 10 years? Because guys, remember, this story does take place in 2004. And so now there's a huge 10-year gap. It's kind of like, what in the world happened in those 10 years? Now also guys, you do have Nick Fury kind of wondering, okay, so what happened before 94? Because all we know is in 1927, a bunch of men were able to come to the crashing site, and that's it. What happened after the year 27? Now, the thing is though, guys, while the team, well, the Ultimates team keeps getting deeper and deeper into this unknown location, they basically do walk up upon a random man. Now, this random man starts to laugh. And it's kind of like creepy. You're kind of like, listen, man, we're in a dark room. You cannot sit here and start laughing like a creeper. We can't have that going on right now. But the thing is though, guys, you do have this man just disappear. Just like that, he disappears. And it's kind of like, where in the world did he go? And the thing is though, guys, he does reappear right behind the Ultimates team. Now, with him doing that right there though, guys, on his forehead, there is a horn. And with this horn, he is able to release some kind of electric energy, but also put up some kind of shield. And so right now, he is basically giving the Ultimates team some kind of challenge. They're kind of like, what do we do here? Because we're unable to penetrate his shield. Now, you do have a few panels of Black Widow, Steve Rogers, Nick Fury, and Sam Wilson tried their best to hit this man. But it all comes down to Sam Wilson pulling out his falcon wings and just being able to cut the chest of this man. And with him doing that right there, that did give Nick Fury the ability to just shoot him down. Now, guys, real quick though, I did do some research and try to figure out who was this character. Like, does he have a main Marvel counterpart? And come to find out, this guy's name is Unicorn. Now, Unicorn is not really a big time character, but Unicorn is a small time character, and I feel like when it came to Ultimate Marvel, they were kind of like, just use him as a throwaway character. Now, with Nick Fury and the rest of the Ultimates kind of like, okay, cool. So we stopped him. But what happened here? Because guys, you have Sam Wilson realize that his horn was bolted on his head. And the skin just regrew over the horn. Someone did this to him. The question is though, who? Now, we do jump over to the X-Men team. Remember guys, the X-Men are also here, but they are on the other side of the building. Now, the thing is though guys, you do have the X-Men team kind of move in. They're kind of like, okay, let's look around, let's try to find some clues and figure out what in the world happened here. What in the world is going on in this building? Now guys, remember, the Ultimates found some clues. The X-Men did not find anything out yet, so they have no idea how long this building has been abandoned. The thing is though guys, you do have the X-Men team run into another creature. Now this creature right here, I have no idea who he is. I have no idea if he has a main Marvel counterpart, but this creature is basically huge and he's fighting against Colossus. Now the thing is though guys, this is just two men who have super strength fighting against one another. The thing is though, while they're fighting against one another, the floor does give out underneath them and they all do crash down. Now the bigger creature that appeared from the X-Men, he dies from the fall, but Jean Grey, Wolverine, and Colossus, they do survive. The thing is though, as soon as they look up, they are surrounded by a bunch of other creatures. And it's kind of like, what happened in this abandoned building? Now guys, we do jump back over to the Ultimates team. Now the thing is though guys, this is where we kind of learn more information on what in the world has been happening here in this building. Now the thing is though guys, you do have Black Widow kind of read through this journal. And the thing is though, she tells Captain America that this is all his fault. That at first, before World War II, this was just a basic building, just doing basic experiments. The thing is though, when Russia saw that America has a super soldier out there fighting against them, well, you did have Russia kind of sit down with this building and turn it into a laboratory to make their own super soldier. And so with that right there, you do have Black Widow say they never gave up. Even though when they started the program, you've been gone. You disappeared because you were on ice. But they feared that one day America or someone else out there would make another super soldier. And so you have Black Widow say, all these people in here, that Unicorn Man, and possibly more down the road, they were all created to be the next super soldier, but for Russia. Now, the thing is though guys, you do have them get attacked out of nowhere by some creature that has multiple arms. More than two, like more than four, probably like 6 or 8 arms. But they do get attacked by another creature. Now, we do jump back over to the Ultimate X-Men team. Now guys, remember, they just crash land into a random part of the building and they're being surrounded by all these different kinds of creatures. Now the thing is though guys, this is Colossus kind of want to talk to them because they're in Russia. These are his own people. And so he's kind of like, listen, I feel like you guys have been trapped here for years on years. Now guys, remember, the X-Men team, they have no idea how long these random creatures have been locked down here. And so right now you have Colossus kind of like trying to talk to them, trying to reason with them, to learn more about this place, and hoping that they'll be able to save every single person that is trapped down here. The thing is though guys, you do have the creatures just turn on Colossus because they're like, we do not believe that you're here to help us out. We believe that you're here to basically continue to torture us. And so you have the creatures just starting to attack Colossus, which then leads Colossus to tell Wolverine and Jean Grey, let loose. Just let loose and go ahead and kill off these creatures. Now, with us going back over to the Ultimates team, now this is really just the Ultimates fighting against the man or the creature that has multiple arms. And the thing is though, guys, this fight is really wrapped up really quickly because it's just a creature, not important character, and you do have Captain America and the rest of the Ultimates team kind of defeat this creature off very quickly. The thing is though, guys, you do have the Ultimates kind of go deeper and deeper into the building, trying to figure out what in the world is going on here. The thing is though, guys, they do walk up to a man. And guys, we kind of find out that they were able to basically make their own Russian super soldier. And guys, this is the first appearance of the Red Guardian. Now guys, the Red Guardian does have a counterpart in the main Marvel timeline, but in this timeline right here, he is the Russian super soldier. And he's like, I have been made to fight against you. I have been waiting here for 40 years to get the chance to fight against you. I've been waiting to fight against you, Steve Rogers. Now, we do jump back over to the X-Men team. And the thing is though, guys, you do have the X-Men fighting against those creatures and able to defeat those creatures very easily. The thing is though, guys, after the X-Men were able to defeat the creatures, you do have Jean Grey kind of start acting weird, like something is kind of taking over her mind. And what I mean is that as the X-Men move deeper and deeper, she starts to get a little bit, more harsh towards Wolverine. She's kind of like, no one likes you. No one can trust you. You were hired to kill Charles Xavier. You basically lied to me just to get me into bed. Like, she's not getting harsh towards him. She's letting her feelings take over her body right now. The thing is though, as soon as they get closer and closer, you do have Jean Grey say, there is a mutant child that could have been conceived here. And that child is buried down here in this horrible place. The thing is though, when they get into the final door, you do have Colossus break down the last door standing in their way, and they do see something scary, something different, and that thing is possibly taking over Jean Grey's body. Now guys, to go ahead and wrap up Ultimate Nightmare, we do pick up with a standoff between the Red Guardian and Captain America. Now guys, this is kind of cool because you're talking about a standoff between two super soldiers, one from Russia and one from America. Now the thing is though, guys, while they're having this standoff, you do have the rest of the Ultimates team trying to open up the final door into the final room and hopefully figure out what in the world is going on. Now the thing is though, guys, of course, as soon as the two super soldiers start to fight against one another, that is when Falcon is able to open up the door and then go inside. And the thing is though, guys, they find a robot. And this robot looks like it has been through the ringer because half its body is missing. But the thing is though, guys, you do have basically the Ultimates kind of wondering what in the world is going on here. What is this robot? The thing is though, guys, at the same time the Ultimates walk in, the X-Men walk in. And of course, this automatically starts a battle between the two sides. Now, the thing is though, guys, this is round 2 between the X-Men and the Ultimates. They fought before back in Ultimate War, and the X-Men lost that fight. And guys, in this fight right here, of course, the X-Men lose once again. The Ultimates were able to defeat the X-Men just like that. Bam, bam, bam. Colossus gone. Jean Grey gone. Wolverine gone. They all lost to the Ultimates. Now, the thing is though, guys, this is where we come to find out that basically Steve Rogers did kill off Red Guardian. He walks in, he's all like, what's up guys? Yeah, he's gone. Now back to business. Now, you do have Falcon ask the robot one question. What in the world is going on? And guys, this is where we learn everything about the building, about the meteor. And guys, this is why I say this miniseries is part of a series of miniseries, because this is only the first storyline. And then we have to jump over to Ultimate Secret, the second storyline. Because guys, this all goes together to introduce Galactus. And what I mean is that, guys, this robot is Vision. Guys, this is the first appearance of Ultimate Vision. And you have Vision tell us his origin story. He says, back in the year 1904, I crash land here in Russia. He was that meteor that crash land here back in 1904. The thing is though, guys, he says, I stayed there for 23 years. No one ever came to me to make sure if I was okay. All they knew was a meteor crash land here in 1904. But in 1927, two men found me. And when the two men found me, they basically started to build a building around me and started to pull me apart for their experiments. What they did was they would take small parts of my body and basically combine them with one of their soldiers to hopefully make their own super soldiers. And so guys, this all makes sense. All those weird creatures the Ultimates fought against, the X-Men fought against, they're basically made from Vision, because Russia took body parts of Vision and just combined them to other people to make their, or try to make their own super soldier. The thing is though, guys, you have Vision say the things you saw on TV, that was a dying race, and they left that message to me. I am holding multiple messages about people dying across the universe, planets dying across the universe. I am holding a message from 100 different races, and they all trying to warn you, what is coming. Galactus is coming. I was made by the last alien race to come here to warn you guys about what's coming. Instead, you guys took me captive, broke me apart to make your own experiments and to basically leave me here. I've been stuck here 100 years. And now it's too late. Galactus is coming. And when he comes, it is over. And it's kind of like, yo, I actually like this origin story for Vision a whole lot better than the main Marvel timeline. Now that's my personal opinion, but honestly, I like this version better. Now, the thing is though, guys, after Vision tells his story, you do have the X-Men able to disappear and get away. But you do have Nick Fury tell Sam Wilson, you are going to stay here with Vision and work on this robot and figure out what in the world is coming our way, because I need to know now. And guys, this wraps up Ultimate Nightmare just like that. Guys, remember, Ultimate Nightmare was a miniseries, but also it's the first of 3 miniseries that all go together to make one big storyline. And so guys, we just wrapped up the first miniseries, and now we have to jump over to Ultimate Secret, which will not be in this video right here. Now guys, to begin today's storyline, we do pick up with a random man right now driving up to a military base. Now guys, the person in this car driving right now is Philip Lawson. Now guys, when it comes to Philip Lawson, I am going to go ahead and tell you who this man is, because this man right here is Captain Marvel in the Ultimate Marvel universe. But the thing is though, guys, his name is different than the name he has in the main Marvel universe, because in the main Marvel universe, his name is Walter Lawson. But the thing is though, guys, with Philip Lawson right now driving up to this military base, this is him going to a meeting at this military base about a brand new spaceship that has been built by the military. Now, When he walks into the meeting, of course, he is greeted by Franklin Storm, the father of Susan Storm and also Johnny Storm in the Ultimate Fantastic Four. But the thing is, so guys, he is also greeted by Carol Danvers. Now, this is Carol Danvers' first appearance in the Ultimate Marvel Universe. But the thing is, so guys, right now, she is just basically the person who's ahead of everybody on the security team, making sure that almost every single person here is protected. But the thing is, though, guys, while the meeting is going on and everything, Carol Danvers does get a message from her team, and they're saying, hey, listen, we are being attacked by some unknown being. And the thing is, though, this being is right now invisible. We are unable to see this thing. Now, you do have Philip Lawson go up to the window, and he is able to change his eyesight to see this invisible being, and he is able to realize what this being is. And so you do have Philip Lawson go to a different room and put on his Captain Marvel outfit. Now, guys, real quick, I have to say this. I truthfully like Captain Marvel's outfit in the Ultimate Marvel Universe. I don't know why, but to me, honestly, it's pretty cool. But the thing is, though, guys, after he does change into his outfit, he does go to the being that's attacking the military base. And the thing is, though, guys, we come to find out that this being is actually Kree technology, the same technology from Captain Marvel's home world. And he's trying to talk to this being. He's kind of like, listen, I need you to stop your attack because right now you have no rights to be here at all. But the thing is, though, guys, after a few pages of Philip Lawson trying to talk to the machine and trying to send it back where it came from, the machine ignores every single request that Captain Marvel put out. And so with that right there, of course, it does sort of fight between the machine and Captain Marvel. But the big problem is, though, as soon as Machine and Captain Marvel start to fight against one another, of course, they do blow up the brand new spaceship that the military had just built, but causing a very huge explosion. Now, guys, you do have the fight continue for a few more pages, but the thing is, though, guys, you do have Captain Marvel able to save the main engine of the spaceship that was just built by the military, and he does give it back over to the military. But the thing is, though, guys, after he does that right there, he does go back to fight against the machine that came from his home world. Now, we do get a few more pages of these two fighting, but the thing is, though, guys, you do have Captain Marvel able to cause a second explosion to basically kill off the machine that came from his own world. Now, the thing is, though, guys, after he does that right there, he does kind of pass out from fighting against that machine. But the thing is, though, guys, when he does wake up, he is greeted by Carol Danvers, and right now he is trapped in some kind of room. But the thing is, though, guys, this is Carol Danvers about to interrogate him because she knows something is up. Now, you do have Captain Marvel shut down his suit to reveal that he is Philip Lawson. Now, Carol Danvers realized that something is up, that he is not really Philip Lawson. But you do have Captain Marvel lie to Carol Danvers. He's kind of like, listen, I am Philip Lawson. I use Tony Stark technology, but also some shield technology to make my armor. But the thing is, though, Carol Danvers is all like, no, you're still lying. Who are you really? Where are you from? And that's where you have Captain Marvel tell Carol Danvers, listen, I am Marvel, and I am a Kree, and I was sent here to observe you. Now, as soon as he says that, Nick Fury walks in the room, and he's kind of like, okay, you're going to tell me that you belong to a race of aliens called the Kree, and you were sent here to observe us. Why? And he said, because we came here to watch you die by the hands of Galactus. And it's kind of like, what? How in the world do you know that name? And you do have Captain Marvel say, listen, I know you found the Vision. I know you found him, and I know that he told you everything about Galactus, how Galactus is on his way to basically erase your planet. But I was sent here by my own people to make sure that you guys cannot leave, to watch you guys die by the hands of Galactus. Now, we do jump over to the Fantastic Four. And the thing is though, guys, right now you have Reed Richards and Susan Storm just going over some kind of complex thing. But the thing is though, guys, out of nowhere, they do get a phone call. And that phone call is from her own father, Franklin Storm. And he's kind of like, listen, Nick Fury wants you guys to come over to the base of the Ultimates, the Triskelion, because right now he wants your help to figure something out, because something is coming. And if this thing does come, we are kind of screwed. And so you do have Reed Richards and the rest of the Fantastic Four get in their fantastic car and about to fly off over to the base of the Ultimates. The thing is though, as soon as they get in the air, they are greeted by Iron Man and Thor. Now guys, we do jump over to the Ultimate Fantastic Four arriving to the base of the Triskelion. Now guys, this is the first time the Ultimates have met the Fantastic Four in the Ultimate Marvel Universe. Now the thing is though, guys, you do get a few pages of the two teams meeting one another. But the thing is though, guys, honestly, it's not that important. It is funny because you do see Iron Man try to hit on Sue Storm, but of course he does fail. Now, we do jump over to the briefing room, and this is where you have Nick Fury sit down with both teams and getting everybody caught up to speed about Galactus and also the Kree. Now, guys, we know almost every single information that Nick Fury is talking about, but the thing is though, guys, you do have Captain Marvel say one last thing, and he's kind of like, listen, yes, we were sent here to watch you guys die by the hands of Galactus. But the thing is though, guys, when y'all built that spaceship, that was a sign for us that you had an idea on how to leave Earth. And the thing is, my people did not like that because we believe Galactus needs to kill off your race completely. And with that spaceship right there, it was a sign to us that you had an idea on how to leave before Galactus got here, even though that was not really your guys' plan. Now, the thing is though, you do have Captain Marvel say, I'm on your guys' side. I fell in love with your people. I want to help out. But the thing is though, we have to deal with my people first before we try to deal with Galactus. Because right now, my people will help Galactus out to make sure that we are defenseless here. So when he arrives, it's easy for him to kill us off. And so you have Captain Marvel say, let me help you guys defeat my own people. And here's the game plan. Let's build another spaceship just like the first one. And the reason why I say that is because my people will once again believe that you guys are trying to escape and leave the Earth before Galactus arrives. And this time though, he'll send down a whole army, and that will leave my leader defenseless. And so while my leader is defenseless, we can send in a second team to attack him. So let's do that right there. Let's trick my leader to believe that we actually built a second spaceship to get out of here. But honestly, we just built a spaceship to trick him, to make him defenseless. And so guys, you do have the Ultimates, the Fantastic Four do that. And next thing you know, guys, we get a few pages of one team going into space tricking the Kree into thinking that they left Earth before Galactus arrives, send down their whole army. And the thing is though guys, when that army gets on ground level, they are greeted by the rest of the heroes who were left behind to fight against the Kree, while the first team goes into space to fight against the leader. Now guys, when it comes to the last chapter of this storyline, honestly guys, the last chapter is used as a way to just wrap everything up. Unlike Ultimate Nightmare, where you kind of had a bunch of information told to us at the very end, when it comes to Ultimate Secret, matter of fact guys, when it comes to the last chapter, it's just action. It's literally mostly action in the last chapter, because you do have the team on Earth fight against the Kree soldiers, while the team in space are trying to get on the Kree vessel. Now the thing is though guys, we do jump over to the Kree vessel, and the thing is though guys, they're not just there to kind of defeat the Kree to get them out of the way, but to also gather more information on how in the world can Earth defend themselves against Galactus? Because right now, they don't have anything to stop Galactus. And so their goal is to basically find something to fight against Galactus. And so you do have the team in space fight against a few members of the Kree, and they do get in the main room, and that's where they find the leader of this Kree vessel. Now honestly guys, the leader of the Kree vessel is not very important, because all he says is that Captain Marvel was supposed to lead this vessel, but the thing is though, at the last minute he became in charge. But the thing is though guys, you do have the leader of the Kree say, you guys are going to die. Galactus is going to kill you guys, no matter what you do here. Even if I die in this room with y'all while the vessel does self-destruct, you guys on Earth will still die, because Galactus cannot be stopped. But also guys, you do have basically the team in space get some information on how in the world to stop Galactus, or get some information on what they can do to try to stop Galactus. They do leave the leader of the Kree on the vessel as it blows up. And so with everything being done, with the team on Earth able to defeat all the Kree soldiers on Earth, it's kind of like, cool, the Kree is done. The Kree is now gone. They can now move forward with their next step, prepare themselves to fight against Galactus. And guys, that is honestly the end of Ultimate Secret. Now, you do have Captain Marvel stay on Earth with the rest of the heroes. He's kind of like, listen, I'm going to stay here to kind of help out to find a way to, I can't talk, sorry guys, to find a way to defend y'all against Galactus. And so guys, this is the end of Ultimate Secret. We begin today's story with us picking up with Sam Wilson. Now remember, in this universe, Sam Wilson was tasked to learn everything he can from the Vision about Galactus. And so we pick up with Nick Fury, Reed Richards, Susan Storm, Carol Danvers, Sam Wilson, and Marvel talking about what they should expect from Galactus. Now this is Marvel trying to give us the first idea on what Galactus is in this universe. In the main Marvel universe, Galactus is just a single being, a very powerful one, but he goes around the universe killing off planets. While in the Ultimate Marvel universe, Galactus is an army full of robots that travel through the universe killing off planets, which is a huge difference from the main Marvel universe. But the big key factor here is that the Ultimate Universe Galactus, when they arrive to a world, they are trying to destroy the world by attacking in 3 different ways. You have Reed Richards explain each of these ways. Starting with the first wave will be a psychic broadcast which will make people go insane. Now, what we saw in Ultimate Nightmare, that was Vision trying to contact people for help. But with Galactus, it will have a bigger effect with making people go insane. The second wave will be a virus that will just kill off the people of Earth. And with people being insane thanks to the psychic broadcast, they won't even stand a chance to defend themselves against the virus. The final wave will be Galactus attacking the Earth core, which when it is done, it will make sure the Earth cannot harbor life never again. Now, we do jump over to Misty Knight, which this is her first appearance in the Ultimate Marvel Universe. Now, usually I would sit down and try to explain the difference between a character from both the Ultimate and main Marvel Universe, but when it comes to Misty Knight, her origin is literally the same. She was a cop who quickly rose to the top, but then there was an embalming incident where she lost her arm. Thankfully, Tony Stark was able to give her an artificial arm to help her out. Now, there is one difference between the two, and that is she is a private investigator in the Ultimate Marvel Universe. Now, when she arrives to her office, she is greeted by Edward Schaefer, and Mr. Schaefer is looking to hire Misty to find his wife, who has been abducted by Paul Maitreya. Schaefer believes that Maitreya is a cult leader, seducing women and feeds off them financially. And so you have Misty Knight take the job only because she's in need of some money. Misty Knight goes to a random apartment that is across the street from the cult meeting point. Knight takes plenty of pictures of the cult people waiting for Paul Maitreya to show up. Knight is surprised when Paul finally shows up, disrobes, and reveals himself to be a silver color looking being with wings as well. Before she is able to take any more photos of him, that is when you have gunshots come out of nowhere, killing all the cult people in the room. Misty realized those shots came from the room next to hers, and she sees Moon Dragon. I want to sit down and explain a little bit about the difference between the Ultimate Marvel Moon Dragon and the main Marvel version, but maybe another time, because this story is so long. If we sit down and try to explain about Moon Dragon from the main Marvel universe, this video will be an extra 10 minutes long. But we pick up with Misty Knight trying to chase down Moon Dragon, and they do fight for a few pages, but ends up with her getting away from Misty Knight only by luck. We do pick up once again with Nick Fury, Reed Richards, and Sam Wilson. Now, the first section of the second chapter is really just Nick Fury and Reed Richards arguing over the fact where Reed should be at when he is working on a way to stop Galactus. Reed wants to be at the Baxter building and Nick wants Reed at the Triskelion. That is not even the important part of this moment. What is important is when a scientist comes in the room to tell Nick Fury they were able to detect something huge nearby Jupiter, which of course gives us the first look on how big the army is for Galactus. They stretch out hundreds of thousands of miles across in space, and they are only 7 days away from attacking the Earth. Now, we do pick up with Misty Knight once again, and this time she is meeting up with some people she used to work with to see if she is able to get an ID on Moon Dragon. Like, who is she and where she's from? After a brief moment of waiting, that is when Misty Knight finds a profile that matches Moon Dragon. Of course, her name being Heather Douglas, just like her main Marvel counterpart. But the big problem is she's been dead for 23 years. She was a hired assassin who basically was killed by someone else. So the question is, how is she alive right now but in the system, she's dead. That is when we jump back over to Nick Fury, who is right now meeting up with Professor Xavier. The reason why he is talking to Charles Xavier is because he is trying to see if Xavier is able to communicate with Galactus. Now, of course, you have the professor tell Nick Fury no, because the being is in space. There isn't a psychic in the world who could reach that far out. But you have Nick Fury ask if he is able to make Cerebro stronger than it is now, so Xavier can communicate with Galactus. Xavier says it is possible, but he needs a lot of money to do that. And Nick Fury is like, money is not even a problem. We are going to make Cerebro stronger so you can communicate with Galactus. Now, we do jump back over to Misty Knight, returning back home to her office. That is when she is greeted by Paul Matrea, the man she was hired to track down and learn about. The same man who is this mysterious silver color being. That is when you have Paul tell Misty that he wasn't supposed to be discovered this early. With her having knowledge of him, he starts to attack her, hoping to kill her off before she tells anyone else about him at all. Of course, with their fighting going on, of course, S.H.I.E.L.D. gets a warning about the fight going on in the city, and Captain America and Falcon suit up to go see what the emergency is all about. With Captain America and Sam Wilson arriving to the scene to fight against Paul Matrea, who we still have no idea what he is, the fight does last for a few pages, where Captain America and Sam Wilson are lucky enough to defeat him after firing a few rounds in him. After the fight, you have Captain America tell Misty Knight that she must be brought in because she was involved in this incident. And they have no idea what in the world is going on with the silver looking man and why he was after her. Now, we do jump over to Reed Richards and Susan Storm right now trying to find a way to bring down Galactus. But Reed is looking at the different universes that is around the Ultimate Marvel universe, like the End Zone from Volume 3 of the Ultimate Fantastic Four storyline. While Reed is looking through the different universes, he just found out there is a way to bring down Galactus. But the problem is, this would give Nick Fury an ultimate weapon, which will be bad in his own hands. Now, we jump back over to Nick Fury and Charles Xavier right now, about to get ready to try to contact Galactus through Charles Xavier's mind. Here is the big problem. As soon as Charles Xavier tries to contact Galactus, he gets a powerful feedback. This feedback is so powerful, the machine that Xavier was using breaks down very quickly. But here's the big thing though, with Charles Xavier trying to contact Galactus, it just made this powerful being angry. He hates the human race so much. With Charles connecting their minds together, Galactus feels like Charles Xavier has insulted the being by just touching its mind. And with that happening, Galactus sets off the alarms at S.H.I.E.L.D. That is when a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent looks into space and see what is happening. That is when they see that a missile was fired by Galactus. And so you have Iron Man and Captain Marvel suit up and try to stop this missile. Here's the big problem. When Iron Man and Captain Marvel arrive to stop the missile, well, the missile stops right in the middle of the sky, and another silver looking being pops out of the shell of this missile. Now, this being looks just like Paul Matrea, the other silver being from earlier that was trying to kill Misty Knight. This is where we get to learn that these beings could be the heralds of Galactus. But before we're able to find out that is true or not, this being starts to attack both Iron Man and Captain Marvel. With the fourth chapter, it does pick up where Captain Marvel and Iron Man are fighting against this new silver being. Now, at this point, you're assuming that this is the Silver Surfer. Well, yes and no, which make things more confusing because there is a storyline down the road I plan to do that's in the Fantastic Four line of stories where there's an actual story called The Silver Surfer. And so for right now, you are halfway correct with the idea of this being the Silver Surfer. But Iron Man and Captain Marvel are barely able to defeat this new silver being. That is when we jump back over to the Triskelion, where we pick up with Sam Wilson and Misty Knight. Now, you have the two just talking about how she was forced to come in for questioning, but as they are talking, out of nowhere, there is an explosion. And we see the return of Moondragon once again, but this time running away from the explosion. Now, Misty Knight was able to shoot her in the leg to stop her from running, so they can bring her in for questioning. That is when you have the group of people sit down and start to question her on why she is even here for. That is where we kind of get the origin of Moondragon, but only pieces. She is the clone of the original Moondragon, aka Heather Douglas, who died in the car accident. But she says she is not the only clone. There are hundreds of them, men and women clones of Heather Douglas. But she continues to tell them that her creator was able to use a bunch of satellites to get a picture of Galactus from space a long time ago. This man has been creating his clones to fight against the Silver People, the same ones we saw earlier. That is when Sam Wilson confirmed that these Silver Men are the heralds of Galactus. They were sent here to basically break us down and make a bunch of people believe that an angry space god is coming. But also, the only way to please this god is to just commit suicide, which is a way to weaken the defense of the human race. Now, we do get a few pages of Captain Marvel and Captain America going after one of the many Silver Men to bring in to study, but to also question it. But we jump over to Jean Grey, Charles Xavier in the Vision. At this point, Jean Grey has a plan to bring down Galactus, but by using Vision. Remember, when it comes to Vision, she was sent to Earth back in the year 1904. In Ultimate Nightmare, she was basically a robot that recorded a message to warn us about Galactus. But you have Jean Grey coming up with a plan where Vision will record a new message to be sent to Galactus. Now, how will this work? Well, we don't find out until the end of the next chapter. Now, we jump back over to Reed Richards, and right now, he is working on his master plan to bring down Galactus. And it looks like he is making the same device that he used back in Volume 1 of Ultimate Fantastic Four storyline, which was the same device that gave them their powers. And so you have them working on something that could be the ultimate weapon that could bring down Galactus. That is when we jump over to the Triskelion and we find out today's the big day where Galactus is going to arrive on Earth. But while Nick Fury is getting this report, the clones of Moondragon are now attacking the Triskelion, a full-on assault, trying to bring down the Ultimates, Fantastic Four, the X-Men, and S.H.I.E.L.D. With the final chapter, it is basically all hell on Earth right here. You have the clones of Moondragon fighting against a bunch of S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. You even have Captain America join in on the fight down there to kind of defend the base. Actually, you have a lot of the Ultimates join the battle. Charles Xavier even calls in the X-Men to help out with this huge battle on the ground level. But while that is going on the ground level, up in the sky, Galactus has arrived on Earth and about to begin his attack on Earth. Now, with the attack about to begin from Galactus, that is where we find out the plans of both Jean Grey and Reed Richards. For Charles Xavier, his plan is to combine the minds of the whole world and send the thoughts of millions of people to Galactus. Remember, when it comes to Galactus, the hatred of this being grew when Charles Xavier connected their minds. And so, what will happen when a bunch of minds are being connected all at once on Galactus? It is going to throw off the being completely. It wouldn't be able to focus straight with all of those thoughts being thrown at it. Now, jumping over to Reed, what he built was the same machine, but he is opening a portal to a baby dimension that is right now waiting for its big bang, meaning that this universe is just full of gas ready to be blown up. And so his game plan is to send a rocket into this baby dimension, this brand new dimension, to blow it up to start its big bang. All that explosion will be sent back out of the portal up in the sky and attack Galactus. You are basically talking about sending an explosion at Galactus with energy from an entire universe being sent right at Galactus. Now, these plans do go in action, and which doesn't kill Galactus, but what it does, it makes Galactus retreat instead of killing it, which does stop the attack completely, meaning that heroes have won the battle. And it's all wrapped up in this last chapter, and the Ultimates are planning to send Vision back into space to warn other planets, but this time with a plan on how to stop Galactus from destroying their world. And guys, this wraps up Ultimate Extinction, which also wraps up the Ultimate Galactus Trilogy that we have been covering for some time on my channel. And so guys, I do hope you liked today's video, and if you do, please hit that like button down below and also subscribe for more comic book videos in the near future. Also, any suggestions on books I should read, let me know in the comments below, because you never know, your suggestion could be a future video down the road. But guys, I'm out of here, and I'll see you on the next comic book video. Later, guys.